Alright, I think we're live already. Hello, good morning or good evening. I would like an info if the microphone is good, if loudness is correct as well. Hello. Okay. Alright, I think we can start. So, the brush engine. I'm gonna play around it a little today. Music is too loud. Okay, I'm gonna make it quieter. I think it should be better. Or not. We'll see, maybe a little less. Yeah, should be better. Let me know if it's still too loud. Okay. So I'm gonna play around the new brush engine system. I have a few ideas. I think it's gonna be a little interesting. Maybe I'm gonna show how it even works because well, it's a new system and it's not yet released. So here is a painting toolset with brush dropdown, and we have a few dropdowns here, brushes, and these brushes are included already in Pixie Editor. You can already test the brush engine beta when you go to Edit, Settings, Updates, and select the Development Update stream. If you're using Steam, you can go to the Steam settings and then change the beta to development, because Steam updates are managed in the Steam and not in Pixie Editor. So yeah, okay, I have some simple brush selected, which works as expected. I have a graphics tablet in here. I have a Huion, which, as you can see, there's a pressure. I can paint a little or a lot, nothing fancy in here. There are stabilizers, which are above. Whoop. We have this nice little rope that drags everything, which is cool, I think. This is one way of stabilizing. There is the other, which is distance-based. Well, this is not very visible, but if I increase the value in here, as you can see, there is this nice rubber. I had a lot of fun implementing that, by the way. So this rubber basically makes like our paint follow our pointer with some distance buffer. Pretty nice. Alright, but we're not gonna talk about the stabilizers. We're here to make some brushes. So maybe let's make some brushes. Okay, so in the node graph, in the top button in here, you can go to the node graph, and by right clicking there is this drop down. So to create a brush, we need to just type brush. Simple as that. Because every brush is basically a node or a node graph. This is a basic file. Like I just went to File, New, and type the width and height. So it's a normal file. I can just go to the node graph and create brush within the file. So in here I have this nice brush output, and I can give it a name. Let's name him Thomas, because why not? He may have a soul. Thomas, yes. And our Thomas brush will now appear in the brush picker as an open document, because these are built-in Pixie Editor, so there is a built-in text, and our Thomas is opened the document in here. So maybe let's give Thomas a shape, because he's a little blobless brush right now. So maybe give him a head, some body maybe. Yeah. I'm in the vector toolset, so I'm making vectors right now, by the way. Yeah, little hands. Or maybe I'm gonna disable snapping because that's annoying sometimes. And some legs. Beautiful. Okay, I can merge all of these things now. Yeah, something changed because I merged different shapes into one, so settings had to be like combined. So I can just select fill shape and he'll look the same. Yeah. Maybe, what about his roundness? Alright, he's fine. I think he's nice and round. So, our Thomas is a basic layer in here, vector layer. So I'm just gonna disconnect him from the main canvas and connect the shape into brush shape. So now our Thomas has a shape. But as you can see, when I select him in the brush picker, I have now our Thomas shape in here. Right now he does nothing because, well, he's just a shape. Let's give him a body, because our layer just disconnected. But anyway, here is the shape of our Thomas brush, and let's maybe give him a color, like a feel, red feel, or maybe blue. Here is our blue from earlier. Okay, so yeah, there is very specific thing about shapes, because right now the Thomas is like composed out of 5 different shapes, one of which is a circle, so it's his head, that's why only his head is drawing, but his body and arms and legs are a simple line, so it's too thin to actually influence the canvas. The line is technically 0 width. So we may need to edit Thomas a little to make him work like we expect. But to do that, we need to separate the basic shapes. So when I right click on him and click separate shapes, as you can see, we again have his body parts as shapes. I think they are oh no, it's still a thin line. Okay. So maybe let's just delete his body and remake it, but now with, for example, a normal, some basic shapes. So maybe circles, rectangles with a radius. All right. Yeah, I'm really good at making vectors. Great, he's done again. Yeah, volcano borders does not count, at least at the moment. There will be an option to like extrude the shape into like a field. So when you have a straight line with as with stroke width, for example, this is a basic line. So it starts here and ends here. The actual shape data is something like this. Doesn't matter what the stroke width is. So there will be an option to like make this line, this shape with a stroke, into a fill. So for example, this would convert to a rectangle. It's not yet implemented, but it's work in progress. So right now we have to go around the problem a little and make him out of rectangles. So yeah, let's merge him again and see how it works. Oh, he did not merge correctly. Let's do it again. Okay, we're getting closer. Okay, yep, he's a one shape. Now, let's see if he works. Oh, yes, our preview is now giving us some hint. Here he is. That's a beautiful brush, really. Maybe let's give him a spin. Yeah. When we take the rotate node and mess with the shape a little, so we can connect the shape into the rotate node and then output of this rotate node into our brush, we can now like modify his rotation. I can now plug center position of this shape into a center, so we have the pivot selected correctly. And now when I rotate him with angle, as you can see, he's rotating in here. So maybe when we go and take pointer info is a node which contains all the data about the pointer. So we can take the left button pressed info, right button pressed, position, canvas, pressure, and so on. There is special rotation thing, which basically tells Pixie Editor how the mouse is rotating compared to the previous position. The value is radians. I'm gonna show it. As you can see, when I move the mouse now, it rotates with my mouse. This is this magic rotation. So he now follows my direction. Yeah, it's not very interesting so right now, so maybe let's play with settings a little. Bigger spacing. Oh yeah. Great, let's maybe make him... Wait, I'm gonna take my digital pen and try making a nice circle, but it's really hard. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna do better than that. We have perfect circle of our Thomas. Yes. Oh, as you can see in the preview, there is this circle in here because when you have a brush file, which is basically a pixie file, whatever is plugged into the normal output, is treated like a thumbnail. So we just made a thumbnail for this brush. When I disconnect this, the thumbnail should now change to basic Thomas. It's auto-generated. So you can create a brush and it should have a auto-generated thumbnail and this nice brush preview animation. But if for some reason you prefer to create your own, it's just a matter of setting the output. Yeah. Okay, this is a very basic and really not very interesting brush, but that's the overall idea behind the brush node. There are a lot of options in here. I'm just gonna play around them a little, so we can see how it behaves when I change them. The very basic options like blend mode and stamp blend mode are like something that you probably will use a lot if you are making brushes, unless you are making something simple like this Thomas. Maybe the Thomas example is not really useful in the real world, I think, unless you are building Stickman world. But in reality, I'm gonna take a look at the claws, for example. So when I go into the brush picker and select duplicate on a brush, I have now a duplicated brush in here, which says local. It means that this built-in brush got copied and put into the local folder of brushes. So now I can take this and edit. So when I go to the graph, I can see how the built-in brush is made. So you can, any brush, almost any brush that you can see here, you can duplicate and just see how it works if you're not sure or just curious. So in this case, there is a shape. It's not ellipse, just a name. It's a shape that it's plugged into the rotate. Basically the same thing like our Thomas. Maybe I'm gonna show it first. So yeah, this clause is following my mouse. And it also, I think it reacts to pressure too. Yeah, so as you can see, when I press it harder, it changes the size. So yeah, the primary color of the editor from editor info is put into the fill. The clause shape is rotated with our rotation. And there is a spacing blackboard value, which is connected to spacing because as you can see in the top left, there is this nice panel with some variables which you can connect and expose in the toolbar in here. So when you make a brush like this clause, as you can see, there is this spacing option that I can edit, and it's gonna do something different in the canvas. It works per brush. So when I change the brush to something else, like for example blending, as you can see, the settings are changing. So there is a blur, smudge, and shape in this blending brush. Speaking of blending brush, it's a pretty fun brush. I can show it how it works. Let's go to example files maybe and take the mask. Okay, grayscale is not very interesting, so we're gonna take the photo. And now with blending brush, we can blend colors together. In this case, it blurs everything, but I can increase the decrease the blur and increase the smudge. So yeah, okay, the effect is not very visible. Also, poor dog. So we're gonna make it a little more interesting. I'm just gonna delete. Delete part of the image, and now I'm gonna put some colors in here as well, so we can mix them together and blend. Blending brush, yeah, and let's see how it works. I hope it works. Oh yeah, it's still pretty. It's not strong. I think the file is really big, and in that case, I have to put a lot of effort to blend everything together. I wonder what's gonna happen with blur on 0. Oh, it's distorting now. Yeah, everything gets distorted. I'm gonna take a different file because the effect is not really visible on such big files. And let's create some colors. And now I hope the blending will be a little more visible. So let's see. Oh yeah, now you can see the colors mixing. Oh, the blur is 0, so it's actually moving, not mixing. Oh yeah, now it's mixing. When you go over the edges, it takes the color and expands it a little. It's a fun brush, it's experimental. I tried to make this smudge brush that you can see in Krita, for example, but yeah, the effect is close, but not yet exactly the same, or at least to the point where I'd consider it the same as Krita's. But it's generally fun to play with. I can select a different brush as a shape, so now it blends it with clothes, for example. Very cool. Okay, but maybe let's create some brushes, because this is more fun to create something that is not a Thomas, with respect to Thomas, of course. So maybe something practical. Let's make a filter brush. So let's take my dog. Yeah, actually, she's actually my dog. This file is a photo of my dog. So I hope she won't mind when I use this photo to play around brushes. I can create a separate file for brush and use it in a different file in the editor, so I don't need to save it or save it locally or anything. It's just gonna pop in the brush picker when I create the brush on the separate file. Okay, so time to create a filter brush. For example, sepia, because why not? The default shape will be ellipse, so I can take an ellipse. And now we need a sepia filter, which now we're gonna plug into apply filter node. So we take the sepia filter and connect it with an image by using apply filter. But now we're gonna take whatever is under the cursor. So in here, there is a circle shape, and I want to take whatever is under this circle and apply filter on it. So how are we gonna do that? Well, there is this stroke info node, which contains some useful information about the stroke. So like stroke width, start point, last applied point, and target sample texture. This is something we are interested in. And target full texture. Target full texture is basically a layer, like a full layer. You can access a full layer and sample it and do whatever you want. With target sample texture, this is the smallest texture that you have under your cursor. I think we can connect it directly. Yeah. So with this, it's only a matter of connecting it to the content and it should work. Oh, maybe let's give it a name. Oh, it has a name, okay. So now when we go here, there should be a filter, and yep. Although there's this weird effect that everything is moving when I drag. This is because the brush engine works on precise coordinates. To actually do something with this effect, we have to select snap to pixels. Bluedeck asks if it's possible to just make a brush with a custom shader as a filter, for example, a dithering filter brush. Yes, exactly. I may look for it because I made a dithering brush, although I don't think I have it on this computer. But yeah, it's definitely possible. I will go to shaders soon, hopefully. But as you can see with the snap to pixels selected, nothing moves, and we can paint sepia. It applies to every filter that it's available. I wonder how it's gonna work with shadow filter actually, because I don't know what the effect will be. Well, nothing interesting, but I think it's because we are working on a full image. So maybe when I erase a little and use this shadow, oh yeah, we can paint shadows. It's pretty cool. I think we can extend this idea and maybe make the color of the shadow a little more closer to like the original layer. So it could be orange in here. Maybe let's try. I'm not sure how we are gonna do that, but for sure we need to sample image. So maybe target sample texture, and now we can take the position on canvas and use it as a UV. No, it won't work because position on canvas is absolute, and UV. Oh wait, I can just deselect normalize. Never mind. But it's still not gonna. It's not gonna work because because it's a small texture. It's not. The coordinates will be different than the full layer. So maybe we can take full layer and try it with this. I honestly have no idea what we can expect from this, but let's try. Maybe I'm gonna remove it again. Oh, it's very laggy, but okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this lags with some spacing, hopefully. Using like full texture is a little heavy for the engine. Because it needs to take it needs to copy the full layer each time you use it. So it's not really recommended to use it, but oh yeah, with spacing it's better. Yeah, I mean, the middle of the brush takes the color, and shadow filter is using this color under this dot in here. And it's applying the shadow color. It's pretty cool. Right, let's change maybe radius. Okay, that's too hard. Okay, yeah, maybe that's a little too hardcore, but still cool. Maybe let's, when I take the blending brush, I can blend this together and have a nice effect. Well, besides that, I just made a hole inside the dog and through here. So it's not useful in that case, but it's still cool. Okay, so there is this shadow. What filters we can use? Kellner filter is always fun. Maybe I am not an expert in kernels, so I don't remember exactly how to use them, or at least I don't remember the logic behind them. The expert in making kernels is CPK, our other developer. Yeah, okay. It's blurs. Oh no, that's the different brush. Okay. Well, yeah, that's not a good kernel. Maybe I'm making the values too hardcore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in here. Sorry, CPK, if you are watching this. You're probably in pain. Oh, well, that's something. There are some artifacts in here, but overall the effect is interesting. Okay. This will kill the artifacts. Oh yeah. Kernels are cool, but maybe let's take the kernel filter and delete it. Okay, I have an idea for a quantization brush. So quantization or posterization is a technique of limiting the colors on the image. So there are tons of colors in here, which we can reduce to a very limited palette, for example 8 colors. And there's a posterization node in here, posterize, which we can use to posterize the image. It should be very simple. So the same principle: target sample texture, put into the background, and now the amount of colors, and output into the content. Oh yes, great. I can expose the colors count, so we can set it inside the editor, maybe whole number, and let's call it levels, which is 5, for example, as a default, and with expose, no expose value, variable, yes, variable, levels, and we can connect it to levels. Okay, great. But I think I need to reselect it. Oh yeah, the levels appeared. 10. The more the colors, the less the effect will be visible. So for 67 colors it's useless. But 1, yeah, it makes a big difference, but that's really cool. There's a lot of warm colors, so this is why the red appears and yellow. I think there is an option to select grayscale. Yeah, there's luminance, RGB and luminance, so now, yeah, it makes a grayscale palette. Yeah, it's very nice. Posterization plus dithering can do really nice effects with images, especially pixel art. Although I don't know if you should use posterize for pixel art, because it means that you are having a high resolution image, and if you are trying to make it more pixel arty with posterization, I mean, you can do that. I'm not an expert. Yeah. Okay, maybe something more interesting now. Something that is completely not a brush, but at least not in a normal sense, but it's interesting. So I played around it a little previously, and we can make a color value display brush. I'm gonna explain it in a second. Just let's give it a name. Maybe previewer. Color previewer. Yeah. Okay, it's a little hacky, but there is this text node which accepts a text and outputs a shape. So we can make a brush with that is shape of a text with some font. I think, yeah. We have ASD. ASD shape, but with this we can actually display values from by using brush engine. So when I take the stroke info now and use sample image, so when I take the image target sample texture into the image of sample image and set the UV to half, which means the center, I can now take this color value, separate it, and let's say display the R value onto the image. So when I click now, it displays the R value of whatever is under the mouse. 100. Let's make an experiment if it works correctly. So I'm gonna take a normal brush and paint a color. Maybe pixel art will be better. Pixel square. Oh yeah. Okay, let's set it to red, RGB maybe 000, so that's black. Now 15 in here, 50, 150, and 255. Yeah, that's a good sample. So now color previewer should show 0 in here, 15 here, 50 in here. Yeah, it works. How usable is this? I mean, it's you can see the values. A bit crazy, but we can now paint it. If we set a fill, we can paint the values now. Okay, but maybe we just want to paint the value of R when I release the mouse, for example. So I can set always clear, and now, oh yeah, we have a colored value on the canvas, and when I leave it, it leaves the color on the canvas. I mean the R value painted. Yeah, abusing brush engine part 1. Okay, now I think let's maybe make a tool, like a legit tool that you can use. For example, the brightness in the version 2.1 is made entirely with the brush engine. It's no longer a code directly written in the code base that changes the brightness, but it's fully brush engine driven. So when I click Control and click, it changes the darkness, and when I release the control and just use normal left mouse, it brightens the colors. This is possible because there is a keyboard info which basically says if is Control pressed, is Shift pressed, Alt and Meta. Meta is a Windows key, basically, and by that I can just switch between modes. And with a simple config file, I edited it and added into the pixel art toolset. So it's possible, also painting toolset. So it's already possible to make a usable tool brush and embed it into the toolset. Yeah. Okay. So for example, maybe the healing brush will be nice. I think I need a reference for that. Maybe let's take a look at how Affinity does it. I used the healing brush, but I need to refresh my memory. So let's see how Affinity does it. We need a photo. Well, there seems to be a photo. Great. I hope it's not copyrighted. I mean, I can display it. Okay. Where is it? Maybe paint? No, where is healing? Is it in pixel or retouching? I think it's here. Oh yeah, that's a healing brush. Repair and retouch unsightly areas of an image. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna try retouching the freckles here. So I need to click and Alt to set a source. Yep. Wait. I want to change the shape. Okay. Okay, I can change the shape like this. So I'm clicking. Okay. It's a weird shape. How do I make it normal, please? Okay. This changes the hardness, and moving to the right changes the width. But how to unsquish it? I don't want it squished. Is it in brushes? Oh yeah, seems like it. Normal brush? Oh yeah, okay. So let's set the source, and now Yeah, this, okay. So this little black thing is moving along the mouse, and by clicking on the canvas it takes whatever it's under this black cursor and puts it onto the image. All right. It's a bit laggy sometimes. Yeah, okay. How big is this image? Oh. Oh. Nice affinity. Nicely done. Good to know not only Pixie Editor has artifacts sometimes. Unless it's a feature, I don't know. Is it a feature? Is it in export? Or it's just visual? This document does not allow exporting. Wow. What? So it's just a learning thing that you cannot export? Oh, it fixed. It's so. Can I break it again? Come on, break. Oh, okay, he doesn't want to break again. Well, alright, let's make a brush. That's enough of breaking affinity. Okay, healing brush. Brush output. Yeah, healing. And now, stroke info, that's for sure. We need to target sample texture below. So the biggest problem in remaking it is this cursor, this black cursor. I'm not entirely sure if we can do it easily. I'm sure we can do it with just hard coding the offset right now. Yeah, Blue, like big company. What can I say? Yeah, so all right. So let's sample this. It's never a bug, it's an unintentional feature. Of course, that's the principle. Good, you know that. All right. Sample. Let's sample the image under the cursor. Can I take the... If I take the UV to 0.5, it's gonna take it from the middle. So maybe let's take it from the left edge. So left will be 0 and 0 for X and 5 half for the Y. So it's 0 in here and half in here. So it's gonna take from the left side while applying it into the middle. Or, oh no, that's a good proof of concept, I'd say. We can start with that. So we have this color sampled, but we don't want to sample a color. Or maybe a color. Oh, let's try. And so now maybe merge. Or not merge. Now we need to apply the color, so I'd say we have to create the image out of color and maybe set the size of this small image to, I don't know, 4 by 4 for now, so a little, or maybe a tool size divided by 2. Wait, where was the tool size? It was in pointer info? I don't remember. No? Maybe... stroke info? Oh yeah, there's the stroke width. Yeah, that's the tool size. So math... Oh, it's just a... Yeah, it's just a value, so divide by 4. So quarter size of the tool size will be the like the correction image. And now when we need to merge it with whatever we have under the target sample texture. Simple merge will be fine. I don't know, let's get something working and then we'll adjust it. So top in here and target sample on the bottom, content. Oh. And now the shape. Okay, we need a photo. Let's look for some photo. Freckles. Okay, let's take something. Okay, that will work. Okay, I did not copy it. Maybe I'm just gonna drag it. Yep. Alright, so healing brush. So it's gonna take, if I make it bigger. Okay. Not really. Oh, I think I know what's happening in here. I know what's happening. We could do it with a shader node and that's it. Am I muted? 1, 2, 3. Everything seems to be working. Let me know if I'm muted. Or maybe I need to poke it a little. My microphone needs a little poking from time to time to work correctly. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the comment if everything is working. But in the meantime, let's make it work. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Black. And yeah, so right now, this small 50 divided by 4 image is now applying on top of this big circle. So, but I think we need to center it first. Oh, I'm lost. Yep. Let's center it by offsetting. Oh. Image in here and outputs to the top and offset by this. Will this work? Okay, something is. Oh yeah, we can see this texture. It's offset by not enough, apparently. Something's happening. You muted browser through Keybind, no problem. We need to center it again. Maybe about. I think it needs, or maybe multiplied by 2. Will this offset be enough? Oh no, that's too much. Maybe let's divide it by 2 first, so we have a little bigger. Oh, now it, okay, it doesn't show now. So divide by 4 and multiply by 1.5. Oh, it's centered, great. And it needs to be a little bigger. So maybe we can scale it instead of doing it in the size by 1.5 and center. Well, center in the center. That's what I want. Okay. I don't know if this works. If this is gonna. Oh, it's bigger, but center is wrong. Yeah. That's what I thought. Maybe the image center. So there is this create image of size of this, and I'm connecting this, so maybe this, or divided by 2, I think. Yeah, that's too small. Or multiplied by 2. Oh yeah, it's a little bigger. But it's square, it's not circled. But I can... it does... I can just take the samples and fix the freckles. It just doesn't look great yet. So we're heading something, that's for sure. Maybe and the ellipse mask will be something that will help. So mask, and now ellipse with rasterization, mask and input. All right, we need to set the size. I think this, and now it needs to be masked right after creating the image. Oh, it's starting to get messy. So I think let's put it here, and now let's do... oh, it needs to be offsetted. Okay, yeah. Is it gonna be... oh no, it doesn't work. Damn it. Why it doesn't work? Well, maybe it's because it's black and not white. Okay. Oh yeah. It's rounded in one place. Maybe smaller radius in here. So radius is set to the image size. Although it needs to be scaled, I think, because if we mask it in here... oh no, it should work. It should work. Okay, just let's divide it by 2 and see if it works. Okay, X radius. All right. Okay. It's worse. So maybe not dividing that, but multiplying, because it was smaller by 2. Okay, it's square again. It's square again. So instead of multiplying the radius, I think maybe the position is wrong. Let's see. Okay, it's half the circle. So the circle is too big, but when I make it smaller, it goes out of range, so it goes to the top left. That's why we can't see it if we make it smaller. So it needs to be smaller by 2, that's for sure, but it needs to be positioned by 2 to the bottom right. So position here, or also divide it. Okay, trial and error. It will work eventually. Oh yes! Ha, we got it. Alright, it's circle now. Great. I'm pretty sure my logic right now with this brush is a little different than how this tool works in reality. But I did not do proper research yet. So it's just playing around. It seems to do something. I mean, I can now mask it and mask the freckles with the color that's neighboring. So I'd say that's pretty close. When I change the fill color of this circle to be like radial gradient, I think the effect will be even better. We'll see, we'll see. Oh yes, it's now much more much more subtle. Let's play with the gradient a bit more. Oh yes. But again, I'm gonna snap 2 pixels because the image is floating a little. So now, oh yeah, it doesn't float anymore if it's not. It's a healing healing brush. If that's not a healing brush, I don't know what is. Maybe blurring the effect will give us even closer. So Gaussian blur and apply filter here and here and here and here and here. Make radius 3. Well, okay, I'm now painting. Right, I'm painting, yeah. That's a problem. Because I'm blurring everything. Oh, right. We can mask it. Mask the blurriness. This will do the correct masking. Okay. Nice. This looks good. Well, besides the fact that I can't change the source position yet, it seems to be pretty good. Sorry, Photoshop, you're done. I'm actually enjoying it. Wow. I know it's... the logic's pretty rough, but it works. Or is it rough? I think this is... if not exactly like this, it works very similarly, because you are setting the source position on the image, and just by clicking it takes the source colors, mumbles it a little, and puts it onto the final image. So this is what we are doing here too. It smooths, it takes a sample, smooths it, and places it. Maybe I can do it this way, so I don't need to release the mouse to apply the patch. Let's try improving that. Can reuse stamps? Yes, can reuse stamps. That's what we are looking for, I think. And maybe let's put a spacing. Okay. Yeah. Almost. There are a few things that we can do about it to make it better. Maybe smaller spacing. Oh, okay. Nope. Oh, no. Can we use stamps? It's not what I meant. I meant allow sample stacking. This is what I meant, because can reuse stamps is a optimization property. It basically says that whenever you take a sample, so click on the image and then drag, the sample is not updated on each mouse movement. Some brushes doesn't need updating the sample because they do not interact with the image. So can reuse stamps actually makes the brush work faster and more performant. But if you are sampling layers, like I do here, can reuse stamps will basically mean that whenever I click, the can reuse stamps. The original like sample, which you can see under my cursor, is basically always the same. That's why you can see this effect. But with allow sample stacking, sample stacking basically tells the brush engine that target sample texture and target full texture will be updated with each mouse movement, because originally by default, if you don't have the allow sample stacking selected, you're gonna get the original layer under the target sample texture, so unchanged layer, until you release your mouse and click it again. Then it's gonna update. But with allow sample stacking, you are getting the latest changes on the brush engine, so with the previous brush sample. So I can now like draw this. Yeah, I expected that it's not gonna look great because the logic I have in this brush is that it takes the sample from the left. So maybe when I go to the left, yeah, it's better when you do it with just clicking like I did before, but this works too. Just not great. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with not using sample stacking, although maybe blend mode can help us a little too. Alright, let's just change the blend mode and see what it does. Nothing. Or maybe not normal, but stamp blend mode. Let's change stamp blend mode. Color. Maybe lighten? Lighten should. Okay. It's actually better. I'm surprised. It's not yet perfect, but it's better. Okay. Not lighten, but it's better. Color dodge. Okay. I can burn her forehead now. Amazing brush. Oh, now there's a color burn. So if I burned her forehead with color... What color? What? With color dodge. So I wonder what color burn will do. Oh, it just makes it black. Understandable. Oh, but when I just tap, just tapping works. Oh, it's because I am setting the stamp blend mode. Well, now this is a brush that makes the freckles visible even more. So inverted healing brush. I'm destroying. It's a destroy brush. Well, nope. Oh, it's a hard light. Okay. So soft light will be like a soft destroy, or Yeah. But I wouldn't say it's soft. Burns really hard to my eye. Difference. Ah, it won't be good. Yeah, cold black. Exclusion, nope. Multiply. Multiply. Okay. Not multiply. Q. Okay. Q does nothing. Saturation. Okay, so this is a stamp blend mode, and saturation between stamps seems to completely destroy the stamp itself. Oh yeah, just like the color, luminosity as well, I think. Okay, no, luminosity actually works, but it doesn't look. Yeah, I think normal blend mode is gonna work. But still, I always like to play around the blend modes because sometimes the effect really can surprise. Yeah. One more thing that we can do is to give it a pointer pressure support. So now, although it's pointer pressure support will make it smaller when I click more lightly. I'm actually not sure if retouchers use pointers for retouching or a mouse. If you know, let me know. But it does work. Actually, it's actually helpful. Because if there is a smaller sample, I can more gradually make the colors blend with each other and not use the big stamps. Maybe I'm gonna check. I wonder if Krita has this tool. Let's check Krita. Looking from the distance, it doesn't look bad here. Maybe, yeah, it would need some adjustments and more work, but that's a good start, I'd say. I'm gonna save this brush later because it's actually nice. It's the only thing is this settable cursor that you would need to have, and you have a healing brush. Okay, I'm gonna check what Photoshop does. I can confirm the Photoshop has pressure on the retouch tool. Good, yeah. So seems like it's useful. Smoothing. Oh, making hard moves and fast strokes is not great for the result. Yeah, that change between the left side and the right side is actually really visible because she has a different lighting in here, so it makes it a little more difficult. I wonder if I can smooth it out with the blending brush a little. So it's, oh yes. Now she looks photoshopped. Sorry, pixie editored. Oh yeah. The perfect photo, pixie editored photo. Sorry guys, the term photoshopped is now obsolete. We're using pixie editored now. Okay, I'm just using the blending tool and it is already doing good work. Yeah, it's a little too smooth, but it's It also can be used for retouching. Okay, now let's check the second tool. I want to compare healing. Yeah, this is a little better. But combined with the blending brush, it can give a really good effects. It seemed to heal her. She's healed now. Healing brush healed her. It's a weird name, healing brush. It's more like, it's not like she's more healthy. Freckles are not a threat to her life. Okay, I'm having too much fun. Maybe I should be a retoucher instead of being a programmer. This seems really relaxing. Alright, I wanted to check Krita. Let's check Krita. New image. Oh yes. Do I have this image? Let's see. Yep. Hop. Alright. There she goes. And now, is there a healing brush? Smart patch tool. That sounds like healing brush with a different name. But I need to select a normal brush, I think. Oh, so I'm okay. Damn, alright. Smart. So colors are a little weird. Maybe let's check her forehead. Oh, I took her. Yeah. Very smartly patched, not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting that. That's smart. Krita commits the cardinal sin of not having separate eraser tool. Yep, I noticed that. Yeah, that's alright. Okay, changing it in with the smart patch tool did not do anything, which is not a great. I don't trust the developers of that software to make sensible decisions as a result. Well, oh boy, this is a topic that is for every software. Like, never trust what you see. There are hacks everywhere, which just happen to be the industry standard sometimes. Okay, this smart patch tool seems cool. I mean, for the small patches, it does what it says, but with bigger strokes, yeah, there's. I wonder where does it take the data from, because it's not just blending, that's for sure. It's not just blending, because when I selected this bigger patch in here, it takes the nose. So it has to like sample this texture from somewhere. It seems to be doing it below. Let's validate that. Maybe nose. Will there be mouth? Okay, no mouth. Maybe bigger. Maybe. What about eyes? Okay. So it's not taking the data directly from the below. That would not make sense. I wonder what it does. It makes me want to read the source code of Krita. In Photoshop, you can alt-click to set the offset from which to grab the texture. Yeah, this is what Affinity allows to. I think this is the standard for the healing brush. I just don't have a dedicated system for that yet, and I did not figure out a way. I mean, okay, I have one idea. It will not follow the mouse, but when we create a, for example, vector layer in here, let's sample her eye. So we have this, like, this is our source, let's say. I can make it actually transparent, I think. Oh yeah, let's make it transparent, so it doesn't bother us, or maybe small, so we can see where it takes. Oop. Okay, let's put it in here, for example. And now, what I can do in this brush, I'm gonna save it, because it's pretty nice. Brushes, link, all right. Okay, so I have it saved. So maybe let's duplicate it, because I can duplicate it, so I don't destroy the effect. Oh, I cannot duplicate it because it's opened file. I think I need to put into the brushes folder. So maybe let's put it into brushes folder. You are not seeing this because I have it on the second monitor, but it's gonna take a second. Okay, did it refresh? Yeah, there is local. Great. So here's our healing, and now when I close this file, it should be there, and it should work. Okay. Yep. All right. This is the healing. So maybe I'm gonna duplicate it, and now it's a healing copy. Let's call it healing absolute to sound dramatic. All right, but okay. Oh, okay. I have an idea. Because we don't have this ellipse in here that I used to sample, from example, from the eye, but I want it into my healing absolute brush. So to do it, I can just create a position blackboard variable. So position is gonna be, I think, vector. Yes, vector, and let's call it position. So now when I take blackboard variable value and take the position and set it where? Sampling. Okay, I need to sample. So sample texture, and now full texture with position, and do not normalize coordinates. It's now should work. It will not work because I'm not setting the position anywhere. I need to set it in here. So to do it, maybe let's create a, okay, that's a hack, but I don't have a better idea. Healing absolute healing. I'll just call it freckles. Freckles, and now brush variable, and I'm gonna select healing absolute here. So variable value brush 1 and previous, no, like nested document. Now document this basically accesses the brushes data in the document, and now there is a there is a shape. Okay, I'm missing something. There should be blackboard variable, but I think there is not. Okay, so to just connect the I'm gonna do a very special trick. Just copy it and paste it in here. Oh, I have two outputs. Wow, what a bug. You normally can't delete output. That was like to copy. Curious. Yeah, alright, we have now copied this absolute brush in here. And now I can finally take the shape's position, canvas position, or maybe center position, that's better, and put it into UV. And it died. Well, oh, it was just waiting. Oh great, I have my all files now in here. Okay, let's just close all their tabs. And okay, the autosave saved this. Can I just paste it? Nope. Is this the okay? This is the previous brush. So yeah, let's copy it again and put it into this file again. Not bug, a feature lets you add a whole node tree, otherwise you would have to connect the last bits to the output nodes. Yeah, I mean, that's true, although I think Pixelator doesn't really know what to do when there are two output nodes. So that might be a small problem. Okay, I wonder if it's gonna crash again. Maybe that's a very specific crash reason with this setup. We'll see. It's always fun to discover new. Oh, it did not crash. Wow. Okay, great. So this ellipse is still on the eye. It's just not visible in the layer tree yet because it's not connected to the output. So let's see. The open document, okay. So remember we have it in the eye, okay, it does not work. Oh, I don't need this, by the way. Time to debug. Canvas position is in here. Oh, the coordinates are normalized, that's what. Okay, yeah. We are sampling her eye now. And it's very laggy. Oh, it scales, okay, yeah. Of course it scales. Great. Okay, so now when I connect this to the layer tree, hopefully it will not crash. It did not, great. I can move it to, I don't know, a soft skin position in here. And yeah, it now draws based on this position. How about a mouth? Oh, new layer. Yep. Okay, that's something. I guess you would need to add active checkbox and only one output could be active at the time. Yeah, that's true. But although I don't see the use for this. Besides the fact that, as you said, that that you can just copy the whole tree and not reconnect things, but well, I mean that would be useful, yeah. But it's just a matter of setting one input, so just reconnecting one input is not problematic. I think that's how Blender does it with some nodes. For only one view node in the compositor can active. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think you can select a node in the Blender in the graph view, and it will change the active viewport for this node. It doesn't even have to be like the output node like in Pixelator. Yeah, Blender is cool. Blender is cool. I wish I learned it better. Okay. I'm thinking of a way to make this ellipse follow the mouse. So it doesn't take the absolute position like in here, but it actually like follows my mouse. I think I would have to make it really easy. I think I would have to add to stroke info, for example, a start position that is like start position with Alt or start position with Control. So, or last position with Control, something like that. So this would only change when you click Control and click on with your mouse on the canvas. But when you release the Control or Alt, it will remain the same. Yeah, that would work, but that would require editing the code. Carpenter says, I can tell you another use. You could have two tools in one brush, change the behavior for certain edge cases. Although you can do this without the custom output, it's just a matter of using, for example, switch. There's a switch that returns either this or this based on the condition in here. So when I have, for example, keyboard info and put is control pressed to condition, and then, I don't know, let's have noise 1 and noise 2. So Voronoi and Perlin, for example. Oh, let's connect it and to the tool, brush output, and now content maybe, and ellipse. All right, so yeah, there's the Voronoi, which is, no, there's Perlin, which is on false. And now when I take it, it's not here. Maybe it's limited to one brush. I honestly don't remember. I think I need to take this and put it into a new file. Oh, wait, where was my brush? Not here. Here. Okay, yes, copy. Okay, so let's call it conditional. And it should be here now. Conditional, yep. Alright. So there is the Perlin noise when I press the left mouse button, but now I will hold Control, and there is the Voronoi. So it can be done. It can be done. This is the is meta pressed, which I can use, but this is basically the Windows key. So when I release it, the Windows pops up. Very useful. But on Linux and macOS, I think it works normally. Only Windows has this. Although I assume that some Linux distributions also bind the meta key, the Windows key, to like open a menu or something. Okay, what else can we do? Do you guys have any idea of a brush that you want me to see me making? Okay, maybe this shader. I was speaking of shaders, so time for a shader. I'm just now gonna play around. I don't know even what exactly I want to see, but maybe let's go to the shader toy. Can you target multiple layers with a brush? If you mean drawing on multiple layers at once, or specifying other layer, then no, not right now. But that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You can, however, change position, for example, so you don't draw on a position under the mouse, but you draw on a different position on the layer. So you can, for example, sample other layer, and based on that, you can change the position where the paint will be applied on your target layer. Yeah, I suppose it could be part of the output node then, but not this output, rather the brush output, I think. Okay, let's go to Shader Toy and find some cool shaders. Okay, what could be a nice brush? Well, this is cool. Oh, okay, that doesn't look complicated. There is the... Okay, yeah, let's try this. Shader Toy uses GLSL, not SKSL, which Pixel Editor uses. So I'll have to convert it. Okay. Let's include uniform. We need iTie, which is uniform. Okay, nice. Uniform float iTime, for example. Okay, now iResolution. Uniform float. No, back to iResolution. Okay. 156, line 156. Texture. Okay, so in GLSL texture samples a texture, I think. So we need a texture to sample first. Uniform shader texture. Great. So, oh, there is the iChannel 0. Uniform shader iChannel 0. Okay. Texture is a function. What kind of... Wait. Texture GLSL. Texture function GLSL. What does it do? Retrieves pixels from a texture. Okay. Okay. Float. It depends on the sampler, so I wonder what sampler does it use here. Texture. Okay, there's a X, Y, X and Y, so 2. I wonder if I can even do it with replace this, because it's not normal sampling. Okay, I will try normal sampling. Texture eval. Not much for shader eval. Why not? It's shader texture, yes. Oh, there's no match for shader. Okay, I see. It's iChannel. There's no texture, there's iChannel only. I see. iChannel 0 may not return value from a void function. Okay. So there's half 4 and call it, let's call it main. It will take Fraco. Okay. Yes, we see something. Is it here? Okay. Let's change the. It should be animated, right? Yep. Let's try animating it. Wrong brush. Okay. Delete this. There is a iChannel 0. Where does it take the iChannel 0? Did I hard code it? I must have. Well, that's cool. I don't even remember doing that. So basically, I think. Oh wait, no. No. There's no hard coding. Wait. So this is the iChannel 0. I need this. Open image. Okay, time to copy. And now let's paste it into this file. No, this file. Yeah. Okay. I have too small document. Damn it. How big is this? Second. 345 x 124. All right, let's do this image, clip canvas. Great. So this will be the texture to plug into channel 0. So iChannel now. All right, I need to create a texture first. And it's now channel. Okay. Wow. Oh yeah, animated brushes, anyone? Yeah, this is so cool. It only works, it changes when I move, of course. Still, it's so cool. Not sure how useful as a brush, but I'm gonna play around blend modes. None of them seem really useful. That's a bummer. There's this always clear, which I can use. Oh, okay. That would be expected. Try playing around with transparency. Yeah, good idea. Transparency. Wait. I'm confused. Oh, I can use. There is a custom stamp blender which allows me to write a code which will define how stamps blend with each other. Okay. So we can make, for example, we can choose a value based on the sample from the previous sample. So maybe, well, src dots r are higher than dst dot r. Return src, if not else dst. I don't know. Okay. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but that's trippy. God damn. I wonder. It's probably gonna work the same if I change R to, for example, I don't know, G, and like let's play around. I don't know. Okay. That's a, what is this? This is a hay brush, but not like, it's not hay, it's hay. Snow brush with shaders, but like snow that is placed when you look from the top to the ground, or a snow, falling snow. Oh, I still have spacing, that's why it's not, it's making gaps. Oh yes, now that's what I'm talking about. I am having so much fun with this one. I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, it now replaces only the empty positions. Still cool. I thought falling snow, but ground one is also interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it is a little like a snow already. I mean, maybe not this particular one. The one I had previously, which was, I think, the B. G. Maybe let's make Sr half 4, Sr B, and then BST G. I don't know. Cloth. Half. Okay. Yeah. Wait, no, not here. Yeah, sympathetic and falcon express force colors with font 3. Oh, right. GA. Okay. And it now doesn't work, probably. Yep. I overdid. Alright. I think that's enough. I will think about this falling snow one, but I think I'm already too tired with these brushes. It's really fun, but also a little exhausting, not gonna lie. Making them. I mean, no, it's fun making them. It's really fun, but thinking about how to do every single thing for how long is the stream? Almost 2 hours. Yeah, it's a little. It's a lot. So yeah, I think we'll finish at this. I'm really proud of this retouch healing brush. I think I'm gonna play around it more and maybe release it with in the base toolset. I can make it. There will be probably the next button retouching or something like that. There are a lot of brushes that can go there. It's already possible with this version to add them with a config tool, but I'll leave it for the next one. thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And see you next week. The live streams will be every week from now on, I hope. So you can find the schedule on Discord on announcement channel. And yeah,